Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here or returning, my name is JaliyahKreationz. I teach people how to budget, get their finances on track, and pay off debt, or just feel more financially secure. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here or returning, we're going to be getting straight into it today, you guys. We're going to be doing Kay's budget, and Kay's goal is to pay off her debt. So we're going to set up a budget that's going to help her pay off her debt. It's about $4,300 worth of debt here, so it's not too bad, but we want to go through and see what we're working with and how we're going to pay this off. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to be doing my girl Kay's budget. Her goal here is to pay off debt, so we want to set up a budget to pay off debt. So we're going to be doing her a monthly budget. So her monthly income after tax is going to be $42.82. So this is how much we bring home every month after tax. Is going to be $42.82. So we're going to talk about two different type of expenses: fixed expenses versus variable expenses. Fixed are going to be our expenses that are usually the same every month. So car insurance, mortgage, phone bills, garbage, car payments, car insurance, lights. You're gonna pay how much you average. All of those are gonna go in our fixed category. So let's go ahead and fill in her fix really quickly. Okay guys, now that we added up all of our expenses here, we wrote down all of our expenses, we are going to go through and see how much it costs to be her for the month. So what we're going to do is, with the money we have left over, we're going to use this to pay off our debt. So we're going to see if there's anything we need to cut or anything we need to adjust here as well. So let's go ahead and add up our fix. So we got 30 plus 14 plus 1188 plus 532 plus 314 plus 223 plus 214 plus 230 plus 92 plus 155 is going to be $29.92 here for our fixed expenses. So that's how much our fixed total to. And then we're gonna go ahead and add up our variables here. Once again guys, subscriptions are technically a fixed expense. You're always gonna see me put them on the variable side because it's not do or die for Netflix like your rent, you know. So you can always cut your subscriptions to save money, but the correct technical term for them would be a fixed expense if we're being technical. So our variables total to $10.09. Alright, so $10.09 plus $29.92 is going to bring our fixed expenses to a total of $40.01. So now our cash surplus is going to be the money we have left over after our bills and expenses. How we get this number, we're going to take our full income after tax, which is going to be $42.82. And we're going to minus this by $40.01. So $42.82 minus $40.01 is going to be $281. Okay, So after bills and expenses, we roughly have $281 left over, which isn't terrible. 281 is a nice cash surplus. It's always good when we have a cash surplus left over. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is see if there's anything we can cut. So based off our credit card debt, I'm gonna show you guys what the debt total is. I think I misquoted you guys. Sorry, I forgot. I was thinking about the credit card. Let me see. Yeah, I misquoted the debt all the time. I always do that. I'm sorry, you guys. The debt is way more than that because we have some loans in here. So before we make any cuts to the budget, let's go ahead and write down our debt so we can see how much we have here for debt that we're working to pay off. So let's go ahead and write down our list. So we're gonna say credit card / debt payoffs. So if you're in debt, the first thing you want to do is set up a budget. See what's coming in, see what's coming out. What money do we have left over to contribute to paying off our debt? So that's what we're doing now. So now what we're going to go through and do is we're going to write down our debt, our balance, our minimum payment, and you can write the interest if you want to. I'm not going to write the interest rates because I always round up for you guys, but if you want to go ahead and write your interest rates in, you can do that as well. So we're going to go through and write that in real quick here. Alright guys, so that's the debt that we're working with. So we're going to go through and see if there's anything we can cut. Our main goal is going to be to pay off the credit cards first, just because credit cards usually accumulate the higher interest. So let's go ahead and see if there's anything we can cut here. Our cash surplus we had was $200 something at the end of the month. So let's see if there's anything we can cut. So right off the bat, we know we usually can't cut our fixed expenses. Those are usually pretty consistent and those are usually the same. So let's go ahead and we can for sure cut our spending down. I always tell you guys to give yourself a spending limit, because if you don't, you're going to do it anyway. So we don't want to have any impulsive spending there. So let's just go ahead and give ourselves still a budget for that. So we're going to take our spending down from $200 to $100 just for the time being. That way we're not going to be making any impulsive spends there, and we'll still have a budget for that. That's pretty good, Diane. Also, we're going to cut our eating out for the time being as well. So eating out, we're just going to go ahead and slash through that for now. I promise guys, the highlighters are glitter. You just can't see it that well because of the lighting. But yeah, those are my new glitter highlighters. They really do shimmer. So if we make those small changes to our budget, we're going to go down from $10.09 to $8.09, because we're going to be putting $200 back into our pockets. So our new variable total is going to be $8.09. So then we're going to go ahead and re-add up our expenses. $29.92 plus $8.09 is going to be $38.01. It's going to be our new total of our expenses. So you guys can always call around and shop around for your car insurance. Let's see here. You can always call around and shop around and see what works best for you as well. In this scenario, we weren't able to make any adjustments to the fix, so we're going to go ahead and change our cash surplus from $281 to $481. So that gives us a little bit more to work with towards paying off our debt, which is really, really nice. Which is really, really nice. All right, so let's go back and revisit our debt payoff here. So 481 is how much we have left over after our bills and expenses. So we're going to use this 481 to pay off our debt. So that's why it's so crucial to set up a budget and see where how much you have left over, what's coming in, what's coming out, because this is how you decide what you're going to use to pay off your debt. And that way you can set up your financial goal and set up a plan. We're going to go ahead and start this for March. So March, after we pay all of our bills and expenses, we roughly have $481. So with 481 here, let's look at our bills that we have here. Let's see. So we got credit card number 1, which is going to be $498. So guys, what we're going to do here, we're going to pay off the credit cards first. So credit cards usually accumulate the higher interest rate. So we're going to pay off our credit cards, and then we're going to figure out what we want to pay next after that. So we know we don't have enough to pay off credit card number 1 in March. So we're going to combine our cash surplus for 2 months. So we're going to go ahead and combine $481 for 2 months. So 481, oopsie, 481 times 2 is going to be $962. With $962, we're going to go ahead and pay off credit card number 1, which has a balance of $498. So based off your cash surplus, it makes sense to do whatever one makes the most sense to you. So in this case, we're going to pay off the smaller credit card, get it out the way, and then pay off the next credit card. So we're doing basically the snowball effect, where we pay off our smallest card to our biggest, regardless of the interest. We only have 2 credit cards, so let's go ahead and get these out the way. And then we're also going to be able to put money in our savings. If you're the type of person that gets really scared to put big amounts towards money, or big amounts towards a big huge amount towards something gives you anxiety, I recommend always doing the snowball effect depending on what your cash surplus is and what your interest rates are looking like. So that way you're not overwhelmed, because you want to make this as easy as possible for yourself, but you don't also want to put too much towards credit cards, and then that way you're still stuck. Like an emergency happens and then you're stuck because you put all of your money towards the credit card. Does that make sense? That's why sometimes it's easier to pay off the smaller ones and build your savings at the same time. So January, February, March, April, starting May, your new cash surplus, we no longer have to pay this $20 minimum each month. Remember, this is the money we have left over after our bills and expenses. Since that's done, we don't have to pay that minimum anymore. So 481 plus 20 is going to be 501. That's our new cash surplus. So with 501, we're going to do the same thing we did before with credit card number 2. So January, February, March, April, May, June. We're going to take 501 and combine this is going to give us 1002. With 1002, we're going to go ahead and pay off credit card number 2, which has a balance of 907. Once again, you are still paying your minimums on all these cards. So let's just say the minimum did go down, or it's not at 907, but then again, we're just rounding up to cover any interest that accumulates. Interest is still going to be accumulating on all these cards, even as we're putting a bigger portion towards another card. Okay, so boom, just like that, we paid off this one. So 1002 minus 907 is going to be $95 in our savings. Not a lot, but hey, at least we're done with the card and we're one step closer to being debt free. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start in July. We no longer have to pay this $20 minimum, so we're going to go ahead and add $20 back into our cash surplus, putting us at $521. Our cash surplus is going to keep getting bigger as we pay off our debt because we no longer have to contribute towards those minimums. So let's see what we got here. So we got loan number 1 that has a balance of $27.46. We got loan number 2 that has a balance of $700 on it, but we don't have to pay a minimum on it. We got loan number 3, we don't have to pay a minimum on there. Loan number 4, we don't have to pay a minimum. And then we have our phone and our other loan. And the truck payment is our highest. So anytime you guys have a truck or car payment you want to pay off early, just make sure you check with the creditor to make sure you don't have any like trouble if you pay it off early. Sometimes you're in contracts where if you try to pay something off early, they don't let you, or whatever the case is. There's certain things, so just make sure there's no like hidden things that you don't know about. I'm trying to word it, but I can't word it right, but you guys know what I mean. Some car places or truck payments, there may be something that's hidden in there if you try to pay it off early, so just be careful with that. Make sure you do your research first. But what we're gonna do with this 521, we're gonna go ahead and pay off loan number 1. Loan number 1 is giving us a minimum of $155 per month. These other ones don't have a minimum on it, so let's get this one out the way so we can put that money towards our other debt here. And yep, that's the word I was looking for, penalized. Yep, that's what I meant. Yep. So we want to go ahead and pay off loan number 1. So loan number 1 has a balance of $27.46 here. It's probably smaller. We have been paying the minimum for the last 4 months, but we're going to go ahead and round up just to cover any interest that accumulated. So 521, or we're going to take 27.46 and divide it by 521. So it's going to take us roughly about 5 months to pay off the loan. So let's go ahead and set up our 5, or we'll do 6 months. So July, August, September, October, November, 2, 4, and then December here. So guys, keep in mind this isn't including our minimum. So the minimum that we pay on the loan is $155. So any interest that accumulates, the minimum is going to go ahead and knock that interest out the way. So the problem is a lot of you guys want to put a small amount extra towards your debt, which isn't going to pay off the debt quicker. You want to put a big portion because that's what's actually going to pay off the debt. If you put just an extra $40 per month, I guarantee you that's going to get eaten up by the interest. So technically we're putting $521 plus a $155 minimum. Because this is a loan, the interest may not be too crazy. Usually loans, you know, interest rates are pretty low compared to credit cards. Credit cards, you're looking at 29-30% for your interest on there. So luckily for loans, it's a little smaller. So 2, 4, 6. Just want to make sure I got my 6 months here. It's going to be 31.26. You see why I told you guys I don't care about writing the interest rate when I do the debt payoffs, because I'm always going to round you guys up. So the method that I use should cover your interest because we're going to be putting a big portion on top of your minimum. So any interest that does accumulate, our minimum should cover it while we're putting an extra bigger chunk towards it. All right, sweet. And just like that, we paid off a loan. Let's see here. We paid off, you guys can see the glitter now. We paid off loan number 1. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. All right, so starting January, now we no longer have to pay this $155 minimum. So 521 plus 155 is going to be $676. Is going to be our new cash surplus. So let's look at what we're working with here. Why don't we go ahead and let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and pay off the truck, you guys. So the truck, we're looking at a $314 minimum per month. We've already paid on the truck here. So let's see, the truck we've paid $314 on there. So what is our balance that we have left on the truck? If I'm not mistaken, I think she said the truck doesn't have any interest on there. So how many months has it been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's been 10 months since we've been paying on the truck. So let's take 10 times $314. is going to put us at $31.40 that we've paid on the truck. So let's go ahead and do our math. So pay off truck. Let's find out what the balance is on the truck. So the truck had a balance of $40.79 and we've paid $31.40. So let's go ahead and subtract that here. So $40.79 minus $31.40 is going to be $939 left on truck. All right, perfect. So we know with that information, January, February, if we combine our cash surplus for 2 months, 676 times 2 is going to be $13.52. So $13.52 minus $939 is going to give us $4.13 to put in our savings. Bam! Now we got the truck out the way. So now we don't have to pay that $314 minimum. Woo, woo! So let's go ahead and get that crossed off. All right. So let's get back into it here. So starting March, we're going to be able to add $676 plus $314. Our new cash surplus is going to be $990. Look how much our cash surplus increased. So that's why it's important to want to get your debt paid off, you guys. So what we're going to go ahead and do next is we're going to go ahead and pay off the phone bill. So what I'm trying to do is mainly get the ones that have minimums. Because these other ones don't have a minimum on it, I'm not as concerned about them. Let's get all these minimums paid off so we can put that towards paying off this other debt. So that's why you guys see me go from the phone bill to, instead of the loans, we're going to do that and we're going to pay off the loans last. So we got $990 here is our new cash surplus. So the phone bill had, or the phone payment had $767 on there. So we've been paying $74 on the phone bill. So let's go ahead and take, how many months has it been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's been 12 months. So 12 times 74 is going to give us $888 that we've put on this phone. And I know some of you guys are like, wait, is that her actual phone bill on top of the thing? But she told me this was the payment for just the phone. So we're going to pay off our phone, which the balance on the phone was, wait, hold on. That doesn't make sense. $767. Let me see here. Pay off the phone. 767. If it has 700, it should be paid off then. 646. Okay, I put the incorrect number for the phone bill, guys. So the phone bill is actually, I'm looking back at this budget. I did this budget some time ago. So the phone bill wasn't $767. Oopsie. It was $15.34 that was left on the phone with the $74 minimum. So that's the balance that was on the phone. So $15.34 minus $888, because $888 will be the minimum that we paid for the last 12 months. So we're going to take $15.34 and minus it by $888 is going to be $646 left on phone. Is this making sense to everybody? $990. And usually on phone bills we don't have any interest, so it works out too. All right, so $990 minus $646 is gonna give us $344. In our savings. Sweet. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and cross off our phone bill. We're almost done here, you guys. We only got the loans left, so I'm excited. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and add $74 back into January, March, April. Our April cash surplus. So $990 plus 74 is gonna be $1064. All right, with $1064, let's go ahead and pay off loan number 2, which has a balance of $700. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and I'll just put it over here. Our cash surplus, which is $1064 minus the balance for $700. I'm just trying to make room, you guys, so I don't run out of room because I don't want to have to use another sheet of paper. I'm trying to put it all in here. So $364 will go in our savings. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, so January, March, April, starting May. We didn't have a minimum on that loan, so this is why I wanted to do these ones last, because these don't accumulate any, or these don't have any minimums that we're paying on it. So that's why it was important for us to get those other debt paid off, because we're not going to get anything back from paying off these ones, versus when we paid off the other minimums, we're able to start getting more money added to our cash surplus. So starting May and June, it's going to take us 2 months to pay off. We're just going to go ahead and go in order now and pay off loan number 3, loan number 4, and then loan number 5. 1064 times 2, 2128. With 2128, go ahead and pay off loan number 3 and put 128 in our savings. I'm determined to get this all on one sheet. I'm like, let me write as small as I can. Look, y'all, I'm trying to get it on here. Okay, so that was loan number 3 paid off. Boom, boom, boom. We got loan number 3 out the way. Sweet. All right, now we're gonna work on paying off loan number 4. So July, August. It's gonna take us about 2 months to pay that one off. Yeah, I see the glitter finally coming through. Yay! The sun's starting to do a sneak peek. All right. So 1064. Remember, guys, our cash surplus isn't increasing because we don't have any minimums that we had to pay on this loan, unfortunately. So we don't get to add no extra money to our pockets, but at least we don't got to worry about the debt. So now we're gonna go ahead and pay off loan number 4. $68 in our savings. All right. And then last but not least, we're gonna pay off loan number 5. I don't know why I never posted this one on my YT channel. I've done this one some time ago, but I was going through my little notebook, and I was like, what budget do I want to post for you guys today? I want to post something for you guys. So it's Sunday. I promise you guys videos every Sunday and Wednesday, so I had to see what would be a good one. So September, October, and November to pay off the last loan. Sorry y'all, it's gonna be really, really small. 1064. $1064 times 3. It's gonna be $31.92. I'm gonna pay off loan, oopsie, number 5, which has a balance of $24.54. So $31.92 minus $24.54 would be $738 in our savings. Sweet! So now we'll officially be debt free. So guys, debt is a process. It's not an overnight process. For everyone that's just joining the live, definitely make sure you guys are subscribed to the YT channel. If you didn't get to see this full debt payoff video, I'll be posting it on my YT channel here tonight, this evening, so you guys can go back and watch it, especially if you have any questions or if you're in the same boat. So this is how we set up a budget to help us pay off our debt. Anybody can do this. It's not hard to set it up. You want to go through and set up a budget so you can figure out how you're going to pay off your debt here. So yeah guys, this is the process. This is how long it would take. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was useful and helpful to you. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. All my planners can be purchased at JaliyahKreationz.com. Thank you guys again for all your support. Bye.